there are going to be people in your life who just don't like how you move, okay? And how you move has nothing to do with them. How you move has everything to do with you, and yet they're still going to be mad. What is up, beautiful people? It's Diamond Leveled Up, coming to you with another video about why are you losing friends? Like, let's get down to it. Why are you losing all these friends? What does it mean? Let's get straight to it. Why are you losing friends? It's a mysterious question. I think it hits us hard when we lose these really, what we think are close connections, and we try to do that self-reflection and we try to understand, like, why am I losing friends? Is it me, or is it something greater? Is it for a greater purpose? Should I try to get those friends back? And what does this mean about my relationships and how I can evolve on a personal level? And I think a lot of times people will result to saying that they're losing their friends for a greater purpose. And people tend to lean towards, like, that person wasn't meant to be in my life. I know sometimes people take it hard when they lose friends, but for me personally, I guess I can speak for myself. When I'm losing a friend, somebody who I said that I loved, someone who I said that I would, kill for, steal for, whatever, they're my ride or dies. Those are people that I never thought would turn their back on me. When those situations happen, it can be very detrimental and can be very just painful to your overall being, hurtful to your mental health, and it can be damaging in a sense, because you tend to lose trust with people in general, because you don't know if you can even get close to another person again. And it does suck. And I've been there, and I can share my story, and I can tell you that usually if someone is able to walk away, if you're able to walk away from someone, then that person probably wasn't there for life. That person was probably just a seasonal friend, and you needed them for whatever reason you needed them for. You gained the benefits, they gained their benefits of being your friend, hopefully, and you can walk away amicably and just say, listen, we're not friends anymore, but I wish you well. I want you to be able to succeed. I still pray for my old friends because they're on my mind. I can't help that they were a part of my lives for so long, and then now they're not there. Like, I'm always going to pray for my friends, my enemies, acquaintances, people that are around me. I'm going to pray for people regardless, and I'm going to talk to God about it, because that's always my go-to. But let me tell you a little bit about how I've lost some close friends. Just for example, so I wouldn't say recently, I would say within the past 2 years, but it still feels very recent because I just ran into her going out, and it was tough to see her again, and we didn't speak, and I didn't want to speak to her. And this was somebody that I really held very close and dear to me. And essentially, to make a long story short, she was not liking that I was taking time to isolate myself from friends in general. And I wasn't spending money. I wasn't going out as much. And mind you, she lives an hour away. We used to live closer. I moved back home, and so now she's an hour away. So we weren't seeing each other as often. People grow, people get older, people have other obligations. When people get in relationships, friendships can just be there, but they're not maybe as strong or as frequent, as far as meetups, hangouts, all those things, and people's feelings get hurt. So in this season of my life, I was isolating myself. I was, like I said, not spending money. I wasn't really going out doing whatever. And so I hadn't seen her in a month, you guys, a month. And this goes back to your expectations of what your friends expect from you. Like, what do your friends expect from you? And maybe that's something that you can talk to your friends about and have a deeper understanding on, but we didn't have that conversation. Excuse me. So anyway, we hadn't seen each other in a month, and I actually, speaking of friends, made up with a mutual friend who I was friends with first, and we had been friends with way longer. I'd made up with her, and we had had a falling out for a year. And that was a really, really close friend. So I'm not saying that you can't make up with people, and it took us a whole year to make up and actually be as close as we are now. We're best friends again. But that mutual friend and I became cool again, and she decided to go to the mutual friend and tell the mutual friend that she wasn't a fan of me because she hadn't seen me in a month. And so that mutual friend told me, okay, and this is where things can get sticky, because you want to tell somebody, a mutual friend, something, and you don't think that they're going to go back to that original person. You should really just go to that person if you have a problem. And now she told me she didn't have any issues with me, even though she was acting different and weird. And we can pick up energy, guys. Like, I know when you're on some different type of energy and you're not being receptive to how I'm moving. To me, anytime you make moves and then somebody doesn't agree with your moves, like okay, like, you're my friend, like, I don't know, if you feel like it's detrimental to my health, my being, my everything, no, but I wasn't doing anything crazy. I wasn't on drugs or anything, you know what I mean? And nothing to that extreme level at all. Just me isolating myself triggered her. How does me isolating myself trigger you? So going back to that whole point, she was then actually excluding me on purpose because she felt her feelings were hurt that I wasn't making myself available to her or to meet up or to hang out, and it had only been a month, mind you. And this is all, I have receipts of it all, okay? But I feel like I wanted to share that story mainly because I just want you to know that there are going to be people in your life who just don't like how you move, okay? And how you move has nothing to do with them. How you move has everything to do with you, and yet they're still going to be mad, okay? And so with her excluding me, then things spiraled, and then it became like kind of like, okay, girl, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and then you do what you want to do. And we naturally just like agreed to disagree. That she felt like me going on a trip to Chicago for the mutual friend's birthday, just the two of us, was excluding her. Just a lot of drama. And people who want to unnecessarily hate behind your back, people who want to talk to you like, they feel like they have some sort of control over you, or jealousy. You can tell that there's, they're miserable. They want you to be miserable too. Okay. I'm such a kind heart, and I'm such a loving spirit in person, and I just want my friends to thrive, and I want them to grow, and I want them to be the best versions of themselves. And I want the best for my friends no matter what. And if they need space, I'm gonna respect it. Period. If they need space, if they need time, if they need isolation, I'm not gonna take those things personally. And unfortunately, in this case, my friends did take those things personally, and then decided to retaliate by not including me in plans, because they were like, oh, well, she's isolating herself, or she can't do this, so then she can't do this. And it's like, that's not real love to me. To me, it's like, you can exclude me, and if I can't come, then just be understanding, and try to get a deeper understanding of where I'm at in my life and where I'm trying to be. And like, just because I'm not complimentary to you, I'm not an accessory to your life when you want me to be, and I'm not accessible when you want me to be, doesn't make me a bad friend. And I think we all grow as individuals, and as we grow and we change in this life, we need to have friends who we can always count on, and friends that we can lean on, and we know that they're not going anywhere, because they're genuine about their love for me. And they, regardless of if we're not friends, they'll never go and tell my business or go and do this or go and tell somebody else, some drama about us. Instead, they come to me directly. So I say all that to say, guys, that when you're losing friends, it's genuinely and generally probably because there's some sort of spiritual thing happening. God is intervening. He is stepping into the picture. He is removing them. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it does. Like, okay, this girl slept with my man, or this man slept with my girl, or whatever it is, or this person betrayed me, whatever the case may be. But I think the most important lesson of it all is just that when to walk away and when to let things go, because you can stay in these prolonged relationships and these prolonged friendships that have no value, have no benefit. If anything, causes more drama, more stress, more confusion. And you feel like you have to walk on eggshells. You feel like you can't trust that person. That's not real friendship. Okay? Your friend should be able to support you, cheer you on, whatever journey that you're in, to just be the best version of you. So the support, the understanding is necessary. Regardless of how long we've seen each other, it shouldn't mean anything. I haven't seen you in a year. I have friends who are in other states. I don't get to see them often. And maybe we have a FaceTime call once a quarter, once every 2 quarters. But the love is still there, regardless of time, age, condition. The love is still there. So what does it mean for you, guys? I think it's an important learning lesson, because I think sometimes God will remove people from your life unexpectedly, because he does want you to transition into that next chapter. And that next chapter, you can't take your friends with you. And that next chapter, you can't always rely on your friends, or be dependent upon them for happiness, or be dependent upon them for whatever benefit you feel like they bring to you. If there's all these other red flags in the friendship, there's all these other problems that are happening in the friendship. Okay? I think it's just going back to the self-reflection of it all. Like, what does this mean for me? Like, what value did this person bring into my life? And if there wasn't very much, then you didn't lose anything. Like, we're gaining. This makes space for what is actually for you. If that person wasn't for you, let's make space for what's for you. Let's make space for the new opportunities that can be presented to you, because you're not caught up with somebody else's life, or you're not being drained by somebody else. You're not feeling exhausted after hanging out with someone, because you understand that, their drama, their life, their scenarios or situations are, spilling into your mental health, and, spilling into your overall just happiness. So, yeah. It's really sad, and I'm sorry that you're going through that, and I'm sorry that if you're losing friends, it's not fun. Especially when you love these people and you say you love these people, but you'll know who your real friends are, because they'll stick beside you. You'll be able to trust them with whatever. You'll be able to talk to them about whatever. They'll uplift you. They'll encourage you. Okay? There won't be any of this confusion of whether she's on your team or he's on your team or not. You're gonna know that's gang. Like, that's buddy. Like, that's real talk, like day one. Okay? And even the day ones, you might lose friendship with them. So be careful out here, guys, because it is rough. And lean on God for discernment. Lean on him for understanding. Lean on him for interpretation, because he's going to give you much more clarity around why these people are no longer in your life. And you're going to probably walk away a better person. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you like content like this. I'm here to uplift, inspire, motivate you to be the best version of you. And if you love that topic, definitely make sure you tune in. Lock in with your girl, Diamond Leveled Up. I appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.